Hey everybody, I'm Bridget and I want to show you a really cool video, and it's how I made the Haunted Mansion in miniature with the Pepper's Ghost effect. So I'm going to show you a little bit of behind the scenes, and the final piece is already finished and I'll give you a final tour at the end. But it was really cool building this. It took me about a year, which is a long time, but in the end it was totally worth it. So let's get into it, and don't forget to subscribe to see how I made all of these other cool projects. Okay, so we're starting out with this half-inch thick foam core, which I used for the very back part. We're gonna build the inside of the Haunted Mansion first. This is a really cool flickering light bulb that goes behind this wall, and it's in a blue color. And there's also some sort of lighting, which is like a lightning effect that goes behind there. And let's see what's next here. Those are the spinning bases at the bottom, and that's where I'm gonna put the ghosts that are gonna reflect onto the scene so that you can see the lightning there. It's really cool. It's from a special hobby shop that is a train model shop. So here's the windows before painting in the back. It sort of looks like the Haunted Mansion ballroom. Now that I know the layout, I could stain them. So we're going to start with some very dark walnut stain. I like to use gloves, and I like to leave them outside to air dry and fully cure so it doesn't stink too bad. So here you can see all of the windows in the background. I love the lightning effect. It's so cool. Gotta have those lighting effects in the background. So once this back wall was glued in, all the lighting and the backdrop was ready, I'm gonna do the wallpaper. So it's like an old, very aged Victorian wallpaper I printed out on my laser printer. So once I glued that on with a special glue, we have all of the trim that goes around the windows. And I used a pretty strong wood glue. I don't like to use tacky glue for stuff that I feel like it might fall apart. So that looks really cool. Oh, and the curtains were really fun. They're like a cotton fabric, and then you dip it in Elmer's glue to shape it. And once it's dry, it can be a little bit firm, but it looks really cool. I cut the bottom a little to make it look aged, and then let's see, hot glued it in behind the wall. That looks really cool. And I used a little bit of kind of dirty brown watercolor water that I had in a paint cup, and that's basically just the edges. I'm just going to add a tiny bit so it looks like a dirty old curtain. And that same kind of watery brown paint, I used it to age the edges. So something interesting about this project was I tried to make everything out of wood, but the problem was that it took forever. So I had to 3D print these parts. We modeled them and 3D printed them. So you can see it's a little different. There's like the wood that was laser cut, and then we have the 3D printed parts, but the color was too dark. So what I did is I dry brushed them. So I got a lighter brown that had just a little bit of paint on it, kind of scratched it over the top to lighten the parts. And then this is a really cool part. This is the painting. So what I did was I printed out the pictures and then painted over them, and that saved a lot of time too. So that looks cool. And you can see the brush strokes. You could see that I carefully painted over them so they look like a totally different picture, but it saved a lot of time because that would have taken a long time to hand paint, and I was trying to get this project finished. A very cool frame. So the other parts, these are wood, and they look just like the ones from the attraction. And I think these are the railings on the balcony. Yeah, so stain those with wood stain. Had to do a couple coats because I felt like they weren't dark enough. And then carefully glued them with wood glue. Probably used a tape. Okay, this is really interesting. This is the wood floor, and it was very specific. It had like really dark parquet wood floor mixed with a lighter wood. So I had to laser cut all of the squares and carefully glue them. I used hot glue because I just didn't want them to curl up on the edges. Sometimes when I add wood glue, they dry and they kind of get warped. So I didn't want them to get warped. I decided I'm just gonna glue them all and then do a stain in a little bit of a lighter color. And that looks good. To me, it looks good. You could always add another coat if you want it to be a little darker, but that's kind of what it looks like in the attraction. It's just light wood next to dark walnut wood. So I stained the whole thing, let it dry, and I was very happy with the floor, especially because it's real wood. It needed to be. Oh, this is really cool, the spider webs. So you have to carefully spray them because you could really overdo the spider webs, and I didn't want to overdo it, but it's looking so good. So this is the inside, almost completed. Still need the table. I had to put that chandelier together because I could not find one in 1/12 scale of that size. And this was a cool couch I had, but I did have to dirty it up before I glued it in. It kind of had like just that dirty brown wash paint. Here we have some little table and chairs and more spider webs. But I didn't want to overdo it. You could easily overdo the spider webs. We got a table. Oh, perfect. And I did add the hidden Mickey. It's just that I don't remember if I filmed it, but it was like, little hidden Mickey plates. Oh, this was really important. The cake, there's a birthday cake with flickering candles. And I had to drill 3 holes in the cake and then drill a hole underneath the table. And let's see, we put the smallest flickering light bulb, and that's going to go through, but it's actually 3 because there's 3 candles. So then it goes through the cake. You glue it in. Perfect. And then we added a little bit of glass paint to get it to, anyways, a little bit more spiderweb spray. Okay, that's looking really good. You can see it started getting clogged and then the spiderweb started going in every direction and I was just like, ugh. But anyways, it looked really cool on the little flower vase. It just looked, these webs look so realistic. I love them. I think it's an industrial strength spray. I just Googled it. I was like, I'm just gonna Google where to get this stuff. I've seen people do this spray spiderweb stuff and it looks so real. Oh, this was cool. So I added all the electricity first before I glued this in because it's really hard to just wire the parts. Oh, look at those spider webs. They looked so good. So I glued that table there to stay in place. A little bit more of a close-up. This was just my favorite shot. I think it was the green glow from the fireplace. Then we also have this floral arrangement I put together, but I thought it was so important to age it with that. It's kind of like a dirty watercolor with acrylic paint with brown, and it kind of made it look really old and aged. And this was also, every single flower was aged. I just didn't want it to look very bright. It all had to look dull and old. And there we go, the fireplace. So I glued that in. It's wood and it's 3D printed parts. And the top edge is a cotton sort of piece. Oh, this is really cool. So I had originally had a pipe organ. It was wood, but then I was like, this one, it's the file. It's the exact file you could buy online in 3D print. So I just decided to buy it and add my own electricity. And here's the plexiglass, which is so cool. This is the effect that really made this piece amazing. It's the Pepper's Ghost effect. So you put the plexiglass in, and then the reflection of the ghosts is what's going to reflect on the plexiglass, but you're not going to add the ghosts inside of the scene. So here's the lights. They go above the dolls. They have to be shining above the figures so that they're bright enough to reflect on the plexiglass, which was a little bit tricky, but I figured it out. And what I did, oh, here's another thing. In the Haunted Mansion, they have these bright outfits. You could see in the picture behind them. The bright colored clothes also helps when you put a light on them for them to look ghostly. And so I ended up just painting bright colors. There you can see. So these go on the little spinning bases and I glued them on. And she was already pink, so she was perfect. This little base had a light, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna leave the light. It's gonna look cool. But there's still lights that go over them, so I built like a little black box. And I think is this the final reveal? Well, here's one shot of kind of how you can see the plexiglass, and on the left, here you can see the figures with the little top that has the light above them, so it's like a little box, and they're reflecting. And don't forget this guy. I think a lot of people missed him. He's the chandelier ghost. But anyways, let's go see a big final tour of this awesome piece. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and leave me a comment. Maybe I'll make one of the projects that you really love, movies, sitcom scene, or maybe a specific bedroom or something that you love. Leave me a comment and I'll let you know if I will get it done in the future.